by lots of horizontal lines. That pretty much, in a very simplified way, describes the U.S. interstate highway system. It's like a sheet of graph paper. And you know, on a graph, the lower numbers appear at the southwest corner. That's normally where 0 is. Far left, far at the bottom, southwest. And as you go from west to east, or from south to north, the numbers increase. Well, that's pretty much how the interstate system works in the United States. Get out a map and look for yourself. You'll see that the lower number interstates begin at the far west or the far south. Now, all interstates that run from west to east are designated by even numbers, up to 2 digits. So, from west to east, you'll have interstates such as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, even numbers. Okay? Interstates that run from south to north are designated by odd numbers, up to 2 digits. So, you may have interstate numbers such as 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. Get it? Okay. Alright. 3-digit numbers usually indicate bypasses. 3 digits. And if the first number is an even number, that usually indicates that that bypass circles that particular city, metropolitan area. If the first number of a 3-digit if the first number of the 3 digits designating an interstate is odd, then it's a bypass that doesn't necessarily encircle that particular city, town, metropolitan area. We're talking about the U.S. interstate system. Okay? Mile markers. Well, if you're crossing state lines on either the west side or the south side, the first mile marker will be 0. And the numbers will keep increasing 1 mile at a time for as long as that particular interstate goes through that state. So say you're on I-20 going through Texas, it'll begin on the west side at 0, and it'll go all the way to the east side. I don't know what the number is, okay? And that can be useful because, let's say you're going the opposite way. You enter Texas from the east side, you're heading west, and you got to go all the way across the state. That first mile marker can tell you how far it is you have to drive. Of course, going westward, you have to look at a map, and you can do some math, simple adding and subtracting, and to figure out how many miles it is from here to wherever it is you want to go. The same is true for when you enter a state from the south. First mile marker on an interstate will be 0. And then the numbers will increase 1 mile at a time until that interstate crosses another state line. If you come in from the other way, the first mile marker will tell you how many miles that interstate goes through that state, that direction, on that interstate road. states, most of the ones that I have driven through, most exit numbers, most of them, not all of them, most exit numbers are usually very close to a mile marker with the same number. Yeah, and that becomes a useful tool too. So, there you have it, a very simplified way of looking at the U.S. interstate highways.